Moving into a hot topic. We talked about it already last week, but it's still trending as of this week. AR15, you pulled the stats up, so I'm going to let you go over that really quick. AR15 had another monster game against USF. Now, again, it's a USF, correct, but in the small amount of time that this guy does it, when he gets on the field, it is absolutely electric to watch. The guy literally comes in and throws a 50-yard touchdown bomb. First play, his first play, not the first play of the game, but his first play of the game. It was an absolute dot, and
right on the guy, full speed. Just put it right. It had to be. It looked great. And the kid has all the athletic ability in the world. I'm actually surprised that Mullen took as long to get him in there as he did.
No,
but
he put him in the second or the third series. He put him in quick this time. He put him in quick.
Okay.
He put him in quick.
He had 152 yards
passing.
With
what,
touchdowns?
How many passes?
3.
3 for 3, right?
3 for 3. Yeah, 3 for 3 for 152 yards.
How many rushing?
Touchdowns, no interception. Probably 1,000. I didn't write that part.
He had over 100 yards rushing again.
Yeah, he did for sure.
So the question, should he start against Bama or even should he play?
That's a tough one. Now, look, Miami looked extremely average, not quite to the level of FSU bad against Appalachian State, but they only pulled that game out by 2 points. So Bama looked like world beaters against Miami. Don't know how much of that might be because Miami is starting to look a little suspect as well. But
they beat Mercer. They beat Mercer. They beat him by
Appalachian State. They beat him 25-23.
No. They won by no.
You talking about Miami?
Oh, I'm talking about Alabama. Alabama.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
I'm talking about Miami. Miami played Appalachian State.
Oh,
and they won 25-23. They only won by 2.
A Seminoles team.
So that looks it makes it look like maybe Alabama wasn't a world beater because Miami is not a world class team. But that being said, Alabama's defense
I got what you were saying. I got what you were
historically good. Yeah, sorry. But Alabama's defense is historically good and is historically fast. Saban is a defensive back by heart. His pattern matching defense that he runs in the secondary can be extremely confusing for even a seasoned throwing style quarterback. So if you've got fast linebackers, you've got the fast front seven, and then you've got a secondary that can throw all kinds of wrinkles at you. I don't know if you want that kid out there unless it's a very specialized package that he's going to run plays that are designed regardless of what he sees. He's going to run that play. Anything else, and it just could be an episode for disaster. I think that this is one where you definitely go with the more, I guess, maybe senior guy, even though Emory Jones has not been making very good decisions with the football.
So my take on this is, I don't know if you saw, but he got hurt at his last play of the game. His last 78 or 82-yard touchdown run, he pulled a little hammy. Now, we don't know the severity of it. Nobody's came out and talked about it. We don't know if it was just a cramp. I don't know. I don't know the severity of it. It doesn't really matter to me. To me, it's enough to say no. And here's why. With this game being so early, that's a good thing for Florida. Because we lose this game, nobody's going to care. It's not going to matter. We talked about this last week with Clemson losing to Georgia. It's not going to matter. All that matters is we beat Georgia and we win out the SEC East. Okay, we went out there every game, which we should, which we're expected to. Then this game is not going to matter because we went out. We're going to go to the SEC Championship. We're going to face Bama again. And at that point, Richardson is going to have more games under his belt. At that point, he might be the starter. At that point, he's going to be seasoned like you're talking about. And Bama's not going to know how to play him because they didn't get to play him in the beginning part of the season. We're going to see not necessarily the same Bama, but more than likely have a run-through of a Bama we've already played. So I think
that, and look, it's a long football season. You know, if you get by the time that you get to the SEC championship, if that's the way that it plays out, you could have Bama down 2 or 3 defensive players that they've lost just through the grind of a football season. That right now in Game 3, especially against Mercer, did they even play their starting defense in the second half of that game? Probably not. Probably not to get ready for this game. So that's a whole long 8 more weeks away, 9 more weeks away before they would have that game with you guys, and a lot can change with the starting of 22 for any team.
I think it'll be good too for Emory to get out there and know, hey, this is your job today. Nobody's coming out there unless obviously some freak accident happens, but this is yours. And for the defense, like, yo, y'all got to lock it in and just really get an understanding of how your team's playing. We've had two T-ball games, and it's time to kind of get dialed in and get knocked on our ass and hopefully learn a lot. This is a big learning game. I love that we're playing Bama so soon in the season, and it could be a big motivator.
You get them at home.
It could be a big motivator.
This is a game that you guys don't get very often. You don't get those West teams. I mean, you always have your
we have LSU,
right? Well,
yeah, but they're late.
You always have LSU. You always have your one attached team that you guys play from the West. But it's rare that you get one marquee team that's of this caliber that come over this early in the season, this highly
it's usually
ranked.
Late.
It's going to be exciting.
Usually we play like right now. Typically we play like Tennessee or Kentucky right around now. Well, Tennessee's it's usually Kentucky
next week. Right.
Tennessee is usually always next week, and they're always next week. Typically, Kentucky's this early. Sometimes Kentucky's even earlier. Then it's kind of another T-ball game this week, so it always just varies. But like I said, usually these big games are always either right in the middle or towards the end, which could really screw up a football season. This isn't going to. No one's going to remember this. Nobody's even going to care.
Yeah, like an LSU last year. It was the proverbial nail for you guys with the shoe throwing incident that really kind of changed the whole course of that game in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
So.
That was brutal. Was brutal.
It's going to be a great game.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
The atmosphere in Gainesville is going to be great, and it's worth tuning into the game, even if you're not a fan of either team. Just the atmosphere that you know that they're going to have there is going to be worth dialing it in just to watch.
I'm pretty sure it's game day too, so that's always a good time.
That would make sense. That would make sense.